Welcome back to the channel, guys. So another local one again this morning. I am currently at a venue that I fished a few times when I was younger. I grew up in Calo in Chesterfield, and this is sort of like 2 villages away in Asland. And if ever I were up here meeting my girlfriend or whatever, I'd sometimes leave fishing tackle at my nonna's house and stash it in her garden so she couldn't find it. So that when I come up to meet my girlfriend, if ever she went off and went dancing or whatever, I'd get my tackle and I'd come down here for a couple of hours. Now, it's not one of the most sought after venues in Chesterfield for people to fish, but I will tell you now, this place does have some nice carp and an absolute ocean of tench. Like, this is probably one of the best tench waters in Chesterfield, so anyone wanting a decent tench water, look no further than this place. And there's another place just up the road that I will show you guys soon that I used to fish that's also got some massive tench in it. But anyway, this is Car Park. Come off at entrance there. This is actually a trading estate on Storforth Lane in Asland. It's actually Asland Birdome border. I'm not quite sure where it falls, but I haven't been stabbed yet, so maybe it's Asland. Massive car park here, loads of place to park. So what I'll do now is I'll turn you around and show you where we are. So I am at the one and only McGregors Pond here in Chesterfield, Asland Birdome area. So this is all notice board. Bit of a match booking thing going off there. Night fishing, pre-peg booking. So yeah, so I think it's night fishing on and off when it can and can't be. It's open to day ticket, £5 a rod. Bailiff on the bank side. Night ticket, 24 hours, £30. Must book at least 2 days in advance. Members night ticket, £10. So you can be a member as well, there is a members option. Fishing before 7 or 15 minutes after dusk will be charged a night ticket. So if you're coming down and you want to stay late, as late as you can, just be mindful. Oh, night fishing must be booked 20 days before. So yeah, there's notice board for you, nice and clear, no excuses for that. That's the car park, so you've got all that space there. Nice big building here, and I have noticed it's actually riddled with cameras all the way down, so plenty of camera footage over the lake. So you can come on, you can go that way. It's not a very big venue this, so this won't take long at all. But you can come on, you can walk around that way. I am actually going to take you this way, round and then back round that way. But not a bad path, not muddy and horrible. It's not a sort of path that will get really bad either. And you've got a nice cutway here in grass where they've trimmed it, just to make it that bit more presentable, and so you're not walking through all this stuff with your gear. And it is a public footpath as well, so dog walkers, bikers, joggers, all that stuff. It will attract those people as well. Straight away, safety signs, no authorised boating, danger deep water, no swimming, risk of drowning, emergency number on there, all idiot instructions. That's all you need, minimum, at any fishery, especially if it's a public park like it is. That, and hopefully there'll be some safety rings here as well. I don't remember seeing any. There might be some, but we'll have a look. And there's also a bin over there as well that I've just seen. Right, let's walk around this way and I'll show you what she looks like. So, first peg on this side. Not a bad looking peg either. So this is peg 29, so I'm guessing early numbers start on that side and they work their way around this way if this one's 29. There's a couple of memorial things on these trees. Maureen, who'd love to feed the ducks here. Oh, that's nice. I like stuff like that. These roots have obviously grown out of this tree here, but you can see where there's been a prominent step there in past, but there is like a nice sort of pathway down to this peg. Nothing too sinister, looks quite tidy. Millions of water skaters there. Some nice Canadians coming over. I've got no bread though. And from here you can actually see alt pads there, over there. That looks like a nice peg. Oh, safety ring. Seen. I don't know if you can just make that out in that bush there. Safety ring over there. So that's one. Nice marginal pegs, big overhanging tree. I bet this is a nice peg for carp and what have you. And you've got a big island in the middle as well, I forgot to mention that. It's a good chuck to that island from here because you've got no really heavily overhanging trees from that side. But yeah, this is what you've got behind you. Loads of room for a bivvy there and everything, and you know, you could even probably get rid of some of this here and put a bivvy area there under this tree. But loads of room away from that footpath. Really nice looking. Smells amazing down here. It's really nice, healthy, natural smell of oak trees and everything, and very nice. Anyway, this is peg 29. So I'm going to walk round onto the next one, going anti-clockwise, and give you all a really good view of this place because it looks better than what I remember it. Second safety ring over there, look. So we've got 2 already, and I'm not even near them yet. Nice big bench area there. That'd be nice with a couple of sarnies. Peg 28. Lovely here. From what I remember, it's these pegs here that were always good for tench on pole, like not even far out. I think like fishing 6 to 8 metre, people used to get loads of tench off here. Nice big marginal reed bed there on peg 26. Got a massive bunch of reeds out there. You've actually got loads of peg axis over that side. Really nice, and another good island chuck here as well for feeder, method, bomb, anything like that. Big concrete plinth with some big railway sleepers around it. Can't go wrong with them. They're not going nowhere. And again, loads of room behind pegs here as well. So you've got another bench behind that one, but even carp anglers, you better get a bivvy up there or something, and you know, there's plenty of room for you here. This time of year you don't really need bivvies and all that stuff, but if you've got one with you and it starts chucking it down, you've got plenty of space to keep out at rain anyway. Peg 27. Again, nice solid wood, big concrete plinths. Obviously they've fallen in a bit. Obviously they've fallen backwards over time, but you know, they're not going nowhere. Bet they probably weigh 1.5 tons each then. Oh, third safety ring. So we've actually got 3 safety rings so far. Another bin. Oh, it's covered in stingers. But in an emergency, you wouldn't be bothered about getting nettled. But safety ring there, awesome. Peg 27. Very nice. Very nice, yeah. So 27. Oh, 27. So that's. So that peg there that I've just been on with concrete plinths isn't a peg. If this one's 27, because that one over there is 28. So that one must be a blank peg. We're again some nice margins around here. Actually got loads of lily pads over there, which I'll take you over to in a minute, but really healthy water. Really healthy. I need to try and get up here for a day's fishing already. I've only walked on 4 pegs and I want to come and fish it. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And again, behind this peg, safety signs. So, deep water, no swimming, no unauthorised boating, nearest rescue equipment. Right, yeah, so it's actually got signs up pointing. That just wants trimming out at way, that. Not be War and Peace to get loppers on it. Right, and this one looks like a proper carpy peg. So here, on what will be peg 25 and 24? Oh, I don't know then, because next one's 27. Right, I don't know how they've done pegging, but it's a bit weird that. But anyway, besides all that, you've got all this mulch. Carp anglers love mulch, because this, if you're trying to keep it simple and you're going up floor at night in your bivvy, it makes a lovely mattress, this stuff, underneath like a roll mat and then a DOS bag. Really nice. Really good setup. You'll be able to get 2 lots of people on here, and you've got a massive area under them trees there for your bivvy as well, if you didn't want to get it on here. But nice big bird feeding table on there. Can imagine people chucking seeds on there at locals. Oh, there's a float out there, look. I'll not be able to get him. The float stuck out there. And again, plenty of water in front at peg as well to land fish, but hooking into anything big, you know, playing it close in, you've got plenty of water there to get a net under, and if you're a bit unsure, you know, it's only probably welly or wader deep just to go in and help net a fish there, but keep waiting for that float to take off. But yeah, another good island chucker. You'd have to be careful from here because it next peg chucking to it, because this one's facing more that way, head on. So you'd probably be able to get up to that margin of that island, but you'd have to be careful at the same time. Then you've got all this water out here in front of you to your right, and underneath this big massive tree here as well. So very, very nice. These 2 guys following me around. But yes, definitely a lovely area for you carp anglers. Stunning. Plenty of fish topping as well. There's like loads of little circles and ringlets coming up all over the place from small fish topping. Very nice. Right, let's walk around and go and look at the next one. From them 2 pegs, you walk under this like little bit of woodland way here. A big pile of mulch here. Look, this must be what they've had delivered, and this will be what they use to top up pegs up. Big massive mound there, big pile of mulch. Oh, and there's a lovely peg here. Another bench as well before we get to it, under this big willow tree. Not sure what peg this is. Oh, 22 and 23, so this must be a double peg. And again, really soft mulch. It looks recent, this. If this has survived through last winter and rain we've had, I'll be very surprised. But if it has, they've done a really good job on it. It looks incredible. You're like a wayfront path, and you've got all this woodland here as well. And it's like you're out on a helicopter pad peg. Just loads and loads of water to go out here. It looks like probably it's shallow end. There's a big tree over there laid on its side that's in water. Looks to me like this will probably be shallow end up to that corner over there. And then a big reed bed here, and it goes out that way. Mr. Swan chasing that goose there. And then you've got this same willow tree here. You've got a nice marginal chuck there. You know, you could underarm feed from here if you wanted to. And loads of water in front of you for netting fish as well. So this peg it's a double peg, but I bet if you got permission to get on this for weekend on your own or wherever, this would be a lovely peg to be on. You've probably got the best water on this peg, so really, really nice. Really nice. Right, I'm going to go back around here onto the path and walk you around onto the next one. Another little bird feeding table there, look. Oh, someone's watch strap. I bet someone's been magnet fishing, you know. Someone's put it on there, pins there, look. So McGregors, any of you locals, if you've had watch problems, a little bit of a strap there. Someone's obviously put it there so you can get it. Right, let's carry on. And again, this is like a woodland walk here. You've got a bit of industrial estate here. There's a big unit there, all fenced off. We've just come off this peg, and you walk around this way underneath these trees, and I can't see any peg access here, so this must be the shallow end at lake, and just like a very water foliage busy area, which are normally very good for lakes like this because they leave good natural spawning grounds for carp that are like untampered by anglers and left alone. But any entrance I see, I'll have a walk down. I've got my shorts on, but we should be alright. Here, look, you can see this industrial estate here. So this is Storford Industrial Estate, but like the most northern part of it. So down towards Birdholm that way. Right, another peg here, look. So peg 21, this one. Let's go and have a look through here. And again, nice access to the place as well. Shorts on, not got stung yet. Oh yes. Oh yes, give me 21. Lovely. Lovely. So you've actually got all this area between here and that other peg over there, which would make a great spawning area for carp, as well as all these big reeds here. I don't think there's another peg between here and over there now, so I think all this would make a great spawning area for carp. I've actually just seen 2 carp on top, so that speaks volumes. Can't see them on camera. There's 2 carp, one there and one there. Probably about 6 inch under the surface. Very nice. And again, mulch. Not a dirty peg, no litter. There's bits and bobs like historic stuff that's been left, like a bit of foil and that, but that can get trampled on your shoes, you know, 20 yards before it comes off. Some slabs there as well. Really nice. Loads of room for a bivvy back here. Let me get over here and show you this. So I'm stood right at the peg's edge. So you've got all this bit here, pods, box, whatever you want. Then you've got this nice big area here for a bivvy. Then you've got your path there that takes you through onto the main path. So peg 21, very nice. And again, it's all finished off by its sides with just woodland next to you. So it's very like really natural environment to be sat in. I imagine it being really pleasant as well for any angler that wants to come and spend a good few hours on here. Very nice. I tell you what, there are a time when people used to talk about McGregors pond in Chesterfield and I'd just frown at them and shake my head, knowing that it's just a dirty, drama-filled venue. And I'm not going to lie, I'll tell you straight, I genuinely thought that's what I was coming down for again today. Look at this. This is an inlet. This here is the River Rother, flowing that way, which goes round the side of the venue, but it does have a feed inlet in there, look, which actually goes through the lake. So that is the Rother that you all know it. Chesterfield, Hasland, River Rother. So it actually goes through the lake as well, which is quite interesting. There you are, look. And even that's nice and tidy. Looks like it's been kept clean. Nothing too sinister in there. Very nice. Another bin coming up. So another bin. It's a bit melted, someone has burnt it. Nice bench here. But this bit, in winter, it's like nearly water's edge here, but it's like unfishable unless you're casting from these pegs over here. So you wouldn't fish here. But all in front of these reeds under this tree here is like untouchable until you get to the next peg. So this is a really great area for spawning fish this time of year. So at least it's somewhere that's been reserved. This bin's melted a bit, but looks like it gets emptied. Again, it might have been there years. It's serving a purpose. It doesn't look great, but somewhere like this, if you're going to put a new one in, is it going to happen again? You have to put one of the metal cage ones in that's over there, but if that's survived years like that, then I guess it's not doing bad. Right, let's go around here. There's a bit of water here, look. So water actually comes right in here, and there's no pegs here either. So you've probably got 1.5 foot of water there, which would be perfect for spawning fish in here. So at least they've got places like this reserved for that, because a lot of venues now, they just do anything they can just to get another peg in any foot of space of water they can, just so they can get a few more day tickets. But yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Right, let's carry on round here. So, just walking past here, you can actually step up on here without getting caught on stingers. And there's Rother. So it actually comes in here and comes that way and has a nice little trickle down here, look, which is nice. Oh, there's a big sign here. What's this for? I don't know what this big sign is. Oh, it's like a sewing sign. Like a business sign. I don't know why that's there though. It's a bit weird, facing it wrong way. Not really anyone's going to see that. Anyway. And here we've got the first peg on this side, which is again lovely. Loads and loads of water right in front of you here. Nice little reed bed here as well, which shallows up there. You've got all this space in front, and you've got a load of casting axis out there as well. So a nice big area to chuck. That goose over there, that's stood up on something. Oh, I think there must be like a little floating island over there. I can just see something at the side of it. I thought it was that shallow over there then. But yeah, front of this peg. Very nice. Mulch, slabs, peg 20 this one. Right, let's go a bit further around and have a look. Got a thin ice sign here on this like a bit of a bird table. I know it's not that time of year, but if you can leave them up and they survive, definitely leave them up, because if something tells you it's thin ice, it probably tells you there's going to be some deep water somewhere anyway. But it's good to know. Thought I saw a fish right close at margin there. Again, very nice peg. If you wanted to pitch up here with a pal or a buddy, get him on next peg, turning between you for a day. Probably a lovely day's fishing up here. And then safety ring here, but it hasn't got one in it. So it's got a lid missing. That one over there that we saw did look quite new. So it might be that that one's just waiting to be put back in, but they might have put that one over there, the new one, because, you know, who's just got half a lid laying about. And this peg 18, got a nice reed bed all the way down here to your right hand side. It's not really reed, it's like water grass more than reeds then. You've got plenty of water as well. It's quite a drop off here, but you've got some decent water out there and a pole line, and probably a nice feeder chucked at the end of them. But a couple of slabs again. You've got your path access here, and behind these pegs there's not really much you can do on these pegs bivvy wise and all that stuff, but it is because you've got the river right next to you. Be nice to see any fish in there. I don't think I've spotted any fish in Rother for a long time. No, might be a bit shallow here for some. Probably in a deeper pool further down. Right, now walking over to the next peg onto this bend. We've just come from peg 18 over there, then it takes you around this way and round here. And what you have got next to all this lot is a really dense reed bed. Oh, look at that fish in here, look. That were fish then, just in edge then. So you've got all this here which already looks like it's been attacked with regular spawning. But this is really nice. If this gets left untouched and they don't let people fish in this, this is what you want. This is where the carp will come, eat thick at eat, and they'll come in here to spawn, so very, very nice. Let's go a bit further around and have a look. Right, and on this peg, got another memorial bench here. Michael Gill. I tell you what, Michael Gill, I think you're a pal of someone who I know on Facebook, Shane. So that's nice to see, because I think him and Shane used to fish up here quite a lot. I don't know him, just like them Facebook sort of pals that you have, but that's nice having I think I'd quite like the idea of having a bench somewhere with my name on it. But yeah. Right, so this peg, I'm guessing it's like 16 and 17 probably. You've got a massive lily bed there, then you've got these reeds again that finish off, and there's actually a carp there just on edge. He keeps poking his nose out. Oh, there's another one just gone out there, another carp. I'm on white water here, so you can't really see it. But very nice. This would be an hot peg to get on. That carp's just going out there, look. Camera's not picking it up at all. But loads of mulch. Big stump there, which is probably ideal if bailiff lets you have a fire pit or something. Can't really go wrong with that. And just loads and loads of bivvy space. You've got Rother behind you again here. Bit of a bench. But you've got loads of room here to get bivvies sort of looking into your peg. And get even like, you get a couple on you with bivvies up here. With loads of room. But fishing up to pads like that on waters like these are damaging, like proper. You catch no end of fish, especially like tench on these waters. From what I know, carp anglers up here have done well on tench. And if Shane, if you ever see this, you're probably McGregor master from what I know. You'll know what highest catch rate is and species wise. Very nice. Right, anyway, on to the next one. So again, this one, you've got the Rother behind. There's loads more water in this bit as well. Would not surprise me if there's a couple of chub in there somewhere. Because years ago, further down towards town centre, we used to catch chub on the bridge and reel them up, unhook them and drop them back in again. It's close season, so I can't entertain much more than looking, but I can't see any fish. Anyway, peg 15. 3 slabs, nice alcove cut out there in pads for you. Plenty to go out there. And you've even got a chuck to your right hand side. I think there might be a peg in this corner as well, I'm not sure, but you've actually got all this to the right hand side here. So yeah, pole, feeder, carp in, tension, carp there on edge at pads, look, with nose out. You can see him, look, just nibbling away off all skaters on top. Lovely, full of life. Well, so far it's pretty much perfect, apart from that one safety ring that could do with addressing. I think if you've got one installed, you know, and it's missing, you just ring council up, or the owner of it, and if the council installed it, it's up to them to manage repairing it or replacing it with a new one. Any fishes in here? This looks nice. Don't know if this is on day ticket with water or not. I don't know if they've got lease for this stretch, but it's only shallow. But time of year we've not had a bit of rain for a good week now. You can see where it comes up to, like regular course line. Won't surprise me if you get a few fish in here. Right, there's a chap fishing around here, so I'm not going to do his head in. But you have got another, this is an outlet. So you've got another little trickle of an outlet here, look. And that'll just keep the lake at a very like idle water level. Big barrier there stopping any fish coming through. And then nice trickle down through here and back down into it rather. Actually a nice access here to the river. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so if there's any fish, there's quite a nice deep cut there. Wouldn't surprise me if you get a few fish in this area, a few chub. That'd be quite nice to think. And then you've got like a bit of a shallow bit here as well, so this would make like a perfect sort of haven for any small fish and chub or what have you. I can't see any just by looking. I'm no river angler either, so I ain't got a clue what I'm looking for, but there's water, it's a river, could be a fish in there. But anyway, this chap up here fishing, I think he's on next peg but one. I'll go and try and get round on peg that I can see, but I won't just walk on someone's peg while they start fishing if I'm not invited. So, oh, we've actually got 3 massive tubes here. So this is going to be for like any overflow. Because it'd rather be in here, it wouldn't surprise me if, yeah, so this is a lot higher up than the inlet over there. So this will help control any major water volumes coming in when it floods with any heavy rain. Right, let's go a bit further up and we'll have a look what's on this side. Right, so just chatting with that chap on that peg there. Lovely bloke, fished down here a lot, been a member for the last 20 odd years, loves it. Absolutely full of tench still. He just says that they're quite tricky to catch. He's already had 2 out this morning. Another big peg here, rather behind, nice big space here. Again, another one missing. Loads of signs up. So far we've only got 1 safety ring with a lid on it, so them 2 could do with probably looking into. This is a peg, it's numbered, and in front of him, I didn't want to film, but in front of him, who I've just been talking to, there is carp spawning like all over the peg, everywhere. He's fishing up meat, but he's catching up mussel this morning, struggling to catch on hotels. But lovely bloke nonetheless. I'll have a walk around here and show you this side now. Says he's only been down about half an hour, that chap, and not doing too bad. He says, but there are times when you used to come down and within 25 minutes you could have like loads of fish. But those pegs that I started on in the beginning, that I said were the known tench pegs, they are still like the hot pegs for tench if people are wanting to come down, some locals are saying. And he's just told me then that they're still great pegs for tench and everyone goes for them. This tree's had some work done, but it looks for it. What logs cut down, squashed a bit at the fence there, but other than that, looks nice and tidy. And you've got these pegs. Again, plenty of room around them. You have to figure out something for a bivvy here if you wanted it. There's a bit of an alcove behind that one for a bivvy, but nice chuck there, big overhanging branch there. That's actually laid on bottom, that. So a nice indicator there for depth. And in this corner here, so what's this peg? Not sure if that's what that is, but you've got this big drop in here as well that's deep enough, got lots of pads in it, be another great area for fish to spawn. And whilst ever you've got areas like that for fish to spawn, it's nice to fish up to these when you can, but it also means that you can easily like close an area off like this or just ban angling on here until spawning's over. It just like stops people from going in tangles and getting fish hung up in pads and what have you. Very nice. Let's go and look at the next one. This peg, this has actually been purposely dug out for bivvies and what have you. Nice overnight peg, and you've got all this space in front of it here as well. If I get back a bit, you get a better view. So there's your like bivvy area, and you've got all this here from this tree to that tree for your pod or box or whatever to get on. Loads and loads of room. That tree there does overhang probably about 12 foot. It just don't look it from here, but any of you opportunists out there's a bare bit of bank over there you'd be able to get to, and then you've got that bit where that Canada goose is over there. You ought to drop a feeder or a lead in over there. Very nice. Right, let's carry on. We're not far from finished. That's the first peg we started on over there. So we've just got this side to do around here, and then up to the car park. Peg 8. Looks like a nice peg. Doesn't look like one of the shallowest pegs on venue, but a nice pole peg nonetheless. You'd struggle with a feeder because this branch here is actually hanging further over this side of the lake than it is from where it's growing from. And behind this one, no bivvy area, so there's only so many pegs. But to be fair, is this going to be an overnight peg you'd want, or a day session peg for carp? You know, you're very limited on this one as opposed to others. Sign there, sign post, sign's missing off it. Maybe they've been taken off, not sure. Would you take the post out if you're taking the signs off? Who knows, but if they're meant to be on there, I guess there's no harm in requesting and putting them back on, but it's not like there's damaged signs on there, they're just not on there. Oh, look at these little baby ducks. 3 babies. And this peg, peg 7, again, no bivvy space behind, but you've actually got a mass of water in front of you to go out here. And that peg on the right hand side there actually faces that way, so you've probably got from edge of them reeds over there to as far as you can chuck to this island, open axis for casting. So loads of water to go out here. Really nice peg. Plenty of casting room above you as well. Very nice. Peg 6. This looks like a nice peg. Peg 5 will be even better. But peg 6, got a bit of area here where you could probably get a bivvy or a day shelter or something. Nice little bench under here behind these 2 pegs. Big manhole lid. This has all been dragged out recently, you can tell that's all been pulled out. So looks like they have regular work parties down here. Maintenance on this place is just, it looks brilliant. Really nice. And from here you've got a massive chuck as well. Really nice. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Peg 5. Now you've got access to all these lilies here, all the way over. There's actually carp spawning over there on edge of them pads. But I'll not be able to see that from over here. I bet I'd be able to see it better from over there actually. But from here, again, loads of water, massive, massive area to go at. Not really much bivvy space behind these. These are probably more like your match pegs, 5 and peg 4. Oh, and there's another one here. Yeah, so cancel that. If this is peg 4, then peg 4 is probably the best peg you've got on this side of the lake. And then there's that one over there, which is going to be the last one. Absolutely stunning. Right, so just walking from peg 4 where we've just been stood, all this area here is absolutely buried with spawning fish. Oh, there is a peg here as well. Right, so this one has got one in. So I know at least of 2 safety rings on here. Nice bench behind this one as well. Oh, Joe Foxall. He was a good carp angler years ago. Sadly passed away. Didn't know him, but I knew of him. Met him at tackle shop a few times up Cross. That's nice how that's there. And this one, obviously going to be peg 3. You don't want to see them from here. But I was just stood over there on peg 4, and there's spawning carp here. You can actually see them pads go in there. And a lot of them have just jostled out that way towards that island. And under that tree over there, the chap was just telling me that you normally get carp spawning under there. And as he said it lit up with fish over there. So, really nice area for spawning here. be a bit of a dangerous peg to get on, especially if you've got lively carp in here, hooking them on pole or whatever, because they're going to head straight for these pads there. Look, just narrowly missing surface then as they're rushing about, but full of fish, loads of carp, I mean loads of them. And this peg as well, you've got a nice big platform there. That'd probably go a bit damp with a bivvy on it, but let me get here and I'll be able to show you better. From here at top at steps, you'd probably be able to go a little shelter here, I dare say. You've got a bit of a stump there, but you have to be just a bit mindful of what you're doing. Right, Chesterfield Industrial Estate on this side. Danger deep water, no swimming. And then off around this way. I've just spoke to a chap who was a regular and local down here, and he's told me about some trees they've pulled out over years that have fell in, and so yeah, got some arms on them down here, lads have, keep it in place tidy, what have you. There's a few branches that are overhanging that, for argument's sake, you'd probably wonder why they've not been trimmed off and pulled down, but I don't know, until you really see them, they actually do serve a purpose. Right, another safety ring there, look, that I've not seen. That one's got a ring in it as well. So peg 2, this one. So this is the branch I was looking at. This big branch here, look. It actually cuts away a lot of water. It's not that it's getting rid of any like sort of casting space, but fish playing space. If you hook a fish anywhere in here, I don't know how deep it is, you won't really want to wade out to play it if it went that way. But if you hooked a fish and it started going round that way, you might end up getting your line in that tree, snapping off, and then you've got a problem. So that one just wants lopping off like there. And then there's a bit of a branch in water underneath that wants pulling out. And at least you could stand here, or even up here on this bit, and you could play a fish to the right hand side in that open water. Because hooking a fish here, that's where they're going to go that way. But this peg, very nice little margin. There's plenty of water here as well, and you've got that big area of pads all in front of you, which is actually at the minute full of carp. Like there's loads in there, all spawning, and a lot of them are just in there because all the rest are. But it just screams fish. Lovely. And here as well on this peg, let me get up here so I can show you. You've got all this area here for a bivvy. You've actually got quite a lot of space on that peg that you could probably get one on if you put a pod down here at the right hand side. But off the main path, like that's the path going that way, you've kind of got all that triangle there to yourself. So quite a nice peg to administrate yourself on that. And then we'll go up over this way. So another couple of pegs here. So again up here you've got where it looks like there used to be a bench because there's some steel brackets into the floor there. I bet there used to be a bench here and it's been taken up. Wouldn't like to think of where that's gone if it's not been chucked in. Anyway, let's not think about that. This peg, access to it, nice and easy. Got loads of pads here to the right hand side. And another huge amount of water to cast to. So if you think of that peg there being restricted, you've got all that to go at. Loads and loads of water. And a nice clear island chuck as well over there if you're good enough. In fact, between that big willow there and that tree, you've got a clear bit that you'd be able to just drop a method through. Nice and easy. Very nice. Right, let's go up here and we are nearly done. Another bench. Yeah, there's not a peg there. I thought there was a peg there. So we've actually got all these reeds here as well, which are like untouched and a nice area for spawning. And that's the bin we saw on the way out. Yeah, back to where we started. So we've done a full lap at place. Gives you all a nice clear view of everything. This grass is actually nicely trimmed all the way down here as well. Very nice, and you've got your nice mulch pegs over there and what have you. And that sort of concludes this audit today. Fishery Audit 10 for you all. So, another amazing fishery here on Fishery Audits. And this is the 10th instalment, and from beginning to now I have seen some immaculate venues, and I've seen some that just shouldn't be open to the public, where female toilets aren't allowed to be open, there's dangerous things on site, there's water coming out to hand dryers, You know, when there's just no safety rings on venues where there should be and just no signs up at all. So to conclude, a visit like this one today at McGregors Pond in Chesterfield, which I am familiar with. I have fished it before when I was younger, and it is prolific for its tench stocks, and more so now it's carp as well, because it's full of carp. That this venue is not what I expected, but now probably one of the nicest venues in Chesterfield. And based on its location and geometric coordinates, it's quite hard to believe that in one of the roughest areas of Chesterfield, you've got an absolute stunning natural hotspot for fishing. But down here at McGregors Pond, it's silent, it's nice, everybody's friendly, there's no problems down here, there's no serious damage, you know, there's no shopping trolleys in the lake or anything like that. A venue that I really actually need to come and fish again, really do. Absolutely stunning place. So based on today's findings, the amount of safety rings, the bins, the signs up, all the safety precautions, the pegs, the layout, the work that's gone into it, benches, the access, because it is a public access lake as well, you can just walk around it as a footpath. I want to score this venue an A. 2 of those safety rings are missing, but there are 3 more in cases around here. So there's no point in me penalising it for having safety equipment missing when it's got more than expected anyway elsewhere. So for that, maybe drop an email to council, club bailiffs, club chairman, just see if you can have them replaced, or even have them ones removed. There are 2 over that part of the lake that have got rings in that are quite close to each other. It won't be war and peace to swap the lid and the ring and put it in one over here on sort of the car park side, just so you've got like an even amount. It just saves people running around with a ring, but that's just being picky. That's just me coming down and just trying to pick threads out of a silk coat. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. I'm not in any major rush to get back home, and normally I just wrap up and get off and go and make me send a curry, but quite enjoying it down here, so I think I might hang around for a bit. Anyway, from me and this A-grade venue here at McGregors Pond in Chesterfield, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.